It's called the Insta360 GO Ultra. But will its features work for you? You're about to find out. Here's the latest in Insta360's GO series. This time it's called the Ultra and it comes in a new form factor. So is this a great camera for seniors? I'm going to review this camera from the perspective of someone who wants to use it for travel, as well as for general video and for chasing grandkids. First, I'll talk about what I like about the camera, and at the end, I'm going to talk a little bit about the things I don't like, as well as why I bought this camera and how I'm using it. I think this camera can be described in one word: versatile. It's an action camera at its core, and it's small and easy to carry. So just as you would with an action camera, you can capture action. It's got great stabilization and good image quality. I love the flip-up screen here that is part of the Insta360 line of action cameras. It allows you to see yourself easily if you want to vlog, as well as if you're shooting video. Just put it down and you can use it as a viewfinder. The camera offers all of the usual modes for time-lapse, for slow motion, and to take good quality pictures. I like the free frame mode because it gives you guidelines on screen to shoot vertical as well as horizontal footage, and then using the 360 app, you can output the video in whatever format you want to use. I think the camera takes great video. In particular, I took it to Disneyland where I was riding one of those double-decker buses, and my camera was actually shooting into the sun, yet it still was able to adjust and capture decent footage of the buildings going by that were in the shade. Nicely done, Insta360. Now with the GO Ultra, you are getting a larger sensor, which gives you better image quality than what was available on the GO 3S. The image quality is definitely great, certainly for a camera this size, but when I compared it against the Osmo Pocket 3, I think the Osmo Pocket 3 has just a clearly superior image. Here, let me show you both cameras, one after the other, side by side, and I think you can definitely see a difference. So the smaller size, while convenient and easier to carry, it's lighter in weight. The Osmo Pocket 3, of course, you have to dig it out of your pack. Something you could hold, but that gimbal is very sensitive. It's not waterproof. And then by the time you pull it out of your pack, by the time you pull it away from its case and then turn it on, your time may have already gone by to get the shot. Now for me, I love having this small camera accessible because a lot of times I'm with other people on a trip or at an amusement park or at a venue. And the thing is, I'm always holding everybody up. So a lot of times, oh, I want to get this shot. So here I am with my camera sitting there, and then everybody's continuing to walk, and then I have to run after them. So having a convenient camera is very important to me. Now, the Ultra does feature a low light mode, and maybe it's just me, but I was actually slightly disappointed in the low light. Now I'm planning to do a video that compares the low light capabilities of just about every camera that I can get my hands on, so you could see them side by side. Now I realize that this particular shot here is the Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland, and they're in different places. I didn't ride it twice to get the same exact scene. So these are different scenes, but I think you can clearly see the difference in the video quality from the Pocket 3 when compared to the GO Ultra in low light situations. Of course, what makes this a GO camera is that you can remove the tiny camera and use this on its own. Now, what's great about this camera is that it's really tiny and you can put it in places that you could never get another camera into. I like the way that when you remove the camera, you can actually look at the screen on the action pod here, and you can see exactly what this camera sees and start to film. This makes the camera fantastic if you're setting up a shot, particularly of yourself, say in the mountains or something. you can set up this camera and then use the action pod in place to see if you are framed the way you want, and then say go. Now it's really easy to take out and place back in the camera module. It's magnetic and there's actually a latch inside. Just like that. And here's something else. The camera comes with a hand strap, and it's really a great little quick release mode. So that's it to release it, and that's it to place it right back. And something I had to choose is I could put the hand strap onto the camera itself. See right there, it's on the camera. Or I could have chosen to place it onto the action pod. For me, I find that this camera is a little clumsy to hold in my hands. It's just so tiny. But what's really cool about this, if I take it off the action pod, I can place it, this strap, which comes with the basic kit. And then this way I'm not concerned about dropping it. And if I use the magnetic pendant, which I'll talk about in just a moment, it's great because I can use this strap to anchor onto a button or something on my shirt. Now, this just goes in and it's very solid. Now let's talk about the pendant and the chest mount. You can wear this around your neck and place this under your clothes, and the action pod actually connects right to it. So this is under my shirt here, and then I can just connect it. And now I have a point of view type of camera. This is fantastic. As an action camera, there's probably nothing better than when you're bicycling, or if you're hiking or skiing or even running. It's got great stabilization. You'll be able to just connect it. It's very lightweight. It's supported by the pendant. And in using this, I never had it fall off. Of course, when the camera is on the magnetic pendant, you can still use your remote viewing on your action pod. Something on the pendant that's really useful is that you can rotate it to change the angle. So this way, if you want a shot where you're looking down, or depending on how you're wearing, you might need to adjust it up or have it straight ahead. It all depends on the shot you want. Now the camera has its own battery life, but you can extend it by placing it into the action pod. In fact, the camera charges inside the action pod. There's a second mount that comes in the kit. It's called a hat mount right there. So it uses the magnet once again, but this clip will allow you to clip it to clothing or to a baseball hat. And of course, Insta360 sells tons of different mounts for particular applications, such as mounting on a motorcycle, as well as there are these sticky mounts so you can mount it on any kind of wall. And of course, the back is magnetic. So any magnetic surface is something that can act as a potential tripod. Now, whether you mount the camera on a pendant or on the hat and get that POV view, this is fantastic for skiers and for bicyclists and active sports. Now, for travel, I found it a bit hit and miss. I think when I was wearing the pendant, I experimented with it, and most of the time I just kind of walked on paths and there were just people there and you could see the backs of people. And so I think for hiking or something, this would be really useful if you had the expansive trail in front of you. Just for fun, I challenged myself to film with just the camera without seeing it inside of the action pod, and I found that I got fairly good at it after a while. There's a battery door you have to open. Now this is waterproof. You can take it down in the water right away. And the thing is, this battery door I found difficult to open. And of course it uses those tiny microSD cards. By the way, with the Go series, this is the first time you get a removable memory card. It doesn't come in the kit, but now you don't purchase this camera in terms of its storage capability. Fortunately, for those of you who already own Insta360 cameras, this camera requires a new mount. If you own, say, the Ace Pro or X5 mount, well, unfortunately, this fast release mount won't fit. In fact, what really irritates me is that there is no 1/4-inch thread on the bottom. If you want to mount this on a tripod or a selfie stick, you're going to be stuck with buying a new mount. It doesn't come in the basic kit, but it does come in the Creator or Deluxe kit. Now, I just bought the basic kit, and the reason why is because the Creator kit comes with a tripod, a selfie stick. I've got a ton of selfie sticks and tripods. I don't need any more. So I just decided to buy the basic kit, and if there is an accessory that I absolutely need to have, I'll just buy that specific one and not fill the drawers in my house with more stuff. Keep in mind that while the camera is removable and completely waterproof, unfortunately, the action pod is not. So if you're accustomed to using an action camera like a GoPro, an Insta360 Ace Pro, or the Osmo Action series, you can't take this underwater. And I find it a little strange that the USB port is completely open. Now, I know I have an open USB port on my phone, but even my mirrorless cameras have covers on here to kind of keep the thing splash proof. But unfortunately, you can't take this in the water. So the only thing you can take is the camera unit. Now, Insta360 is marketing this camera as a family camera, and it really is great to have on you at all times and chase after kids and your dogs and things like that. But I will make the argument that a 360 camera like Insta360's X5 is the camera that's probably best for chasing fast-moving kids and animals. Insta360 is also marketing this camera as a travel camera, and it is indeed a fantastic travel camera. Now, you have to keep in mind, though, that it's just a wide shot. There's some type of zoom in here, but you're limited in terms of what you can frame. So it really depends on what you're going to do with the camera or what kind of travel you're on. So if you're on a safari, if you're in Alaska on a cruise, you're going to want to have probably some zoom capability. I imagine that if you're like me, you probably want to carry multiple cameras. You can have your mirrorless camera with your lens with a zoom on it, so you can use that for a particular shot, particularly if there's polar bears that you see on the ice at a distance. And then this camera could be a general camera that you have easy access to because you can wear it on the pendant. I love the ability to just pop it off and be able to film right away. So why did I buy the camera? Well, I bought it because I wanted an everyday carry camera. So this one is just so small. I can always have it in my pocket. I can take the pendant along. I can even wear it if I want to and have the action pod in my pocket. Or I've even gone on walks lately. I like to have a camera on me. And so I've just been taking the camera module and just taking a walk at night, putting it into the low light mode, and it's very convenient. I hardly even know it's there. So for now, I'm just planning to carry this Go Ultra everywhere I am and just have this ready to go to take any kind of footage. So anyway, I hope you found this review useful, and please let me know your questions and concerns, and I'd be happy to try and answer them. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.